So for a little while now, I've been trying to determine the best 1.0 millimeter or above ballpoint pen. These are pens that are usually under $2, but generally under about $5 or $6, and either 1.0 millimeter, 1.2, 1.4, or sometimes even 1.6. And again, generally affordable, generally pretty nice to write with, but just everyday pens with a broad tip. Sometimes they're called 1.0 millimeter, sometimes they're extra bold. It changes a little bit, and 1.0 millimeter in one brand is a little bit different than another brand. But anyway, I've gotten a bunch, haven't not spent a lot of money because again, they're like $2 each and they last forever, but have done a lot of testing and I wanted to run through some of them. Some of them I've lost over time, some I've tossed and not really thought about it, like missing the Uniball Power Tank Ballpoint 1.0. But anyway, this is kind of the ones I have and that I'll run through my thoughts. Quickly, this is the Uniball or Uni Lacnock. It's 1.4 millimeter. This one's a little bit slow to write with. Kind of the ink is a little thick and grippy, but overall, it's a pretty good pen. I would say this is a keeper. This is one I picked up recently. This is called the Platinum. I don't actually know the specific brand, but I bought it in person here in New York City, and actually I really like this one. This is the Platinum 1.0 millimeter. And this one is exceptionally smooth, and I was actually a little shocked that it's a ballpoint. Definite keeper, and one of my favorites. This is the Jetstream Premier. This one's actually the most expensive on the list. I think it was $9. And generally, I like the Jetstreams, but I'm not wowed by them. This one is fine, but it's more interesting than it is anything else. It has this like slow, silent clip with a slow return, and it's fine, but not worth the money. This is an old one. I've had this one forever. This is the Rex Grip 1.6 millimeter. I bought a bunch of these to put them in nicer pens, specifically the Alpha Grip, the Alpha Gel rather, the Uni Alpha Gel, and I still have a bunch left around. These are okay. I don't really love writing with them. Again, they just feel like sluggish, and the ink does not come down that well. These are probably old, but you can see how broad it is. And it's gonna be a little hard to make out the difference between a 1.0 and a 1.6, but it's definitely noticeable. So this is a toss for me. Even new, these things don't write that well. This is this is one of my favorites actually. This is a little hard to make out. This is called the Zebra Tappy Clip. It's Tapli, T-A-P-L-I clip, and it's a 1.6. It's sold in other sizes, but this is the one that's 6. And these things write really well. And they're just really smooth, and they put down a lot of ink. So one of my favorites, definitely a keeper. And I think they are like, like $1.50, $2. This is a kind of quirky high-end one I bought recently. I think it was about $6 or $7. It is a little hard to make out the brand, but it's called the Epoca, E-P-O-C-A. And you can see it's actually like got a very cool, classy retro design. It has this like off-white, some metal highlights, and a nice click to it. Kind of feels a little bit like a this Fisher Space Pen. Just kind of reminiscent. It has that sort of like, I don't know, 50s or 60s styling. Both have really nice click actions. Like I said, I think this one costs $6 or $7. And this is the Epoca. The writing on this is really not exceptional at all. It's like totally standard, but the pen is cool. So I'm gonna find a better refill for this, and it has a really nice click. So I will put this one in the toss pile since the ink is not very good and it's very hard to find. This is the Pilot, I guess it's called the BPS. It's also a 1.6, had one of these ones forever. This is another one I bought for the refill. And these ones write fine. Again, it's back to that sort of sluggish, slow, grippy feeling. So it's fine. It's better than the Rex Grip, but not great. This is the Chronix. I got this one from Jet Pens. It's called the Hybrid 1.0 millimeter. So it may actually be a hybrid gel ink, not a ballpoint ink technically, but I put it in this list. And this is called the Chronix. And it's actually pretty smooth for what it is. The design is obviously quite lackluster. It looks a little bit like they borrowed the design from the Jetstream. So it's fine. I actually like it okay, but it's really not remarkable. So I'll put that in a toss pile. Here's the Jetstream 101. This is actually a whole lot like this Pilot BPS, obviously a different company. These ones were around for a while and pretty easy to find. I don't know if they still are. So, nice writing experience, actually much smoother than most of them in the class. And lastly, we have the Zebra Surari, Surari 1.0 millimeter. This one is actually pretty good. I would say it's a worse version of the Zebra Toppy Clip. So while I don't hate it, not in any way notable. So here's what we're left with. The Lacnoc, the Platinum, Toppy Clip, Jetstream 101. I'm gonna toss the Lacnoc. And now you're left with my three favorites, the Platinum, Jetstream 101, and the Toppy Clip. Out of all those, I would say my favorite one to write with generally is the Toppy Clip. Just a solid all-round pen. It's 1.6, so it's got a lot of ink and it got a lot of width to it. It's not quite as smooth as the Platinum. Platinum is just super smooth. And it has that sort of gel feel to it. So I would say that the Platinums are very interesting, but if you're gonna get just one, pick up some of these Toppy Clips. I think they're actually pretty cool. Obviously the design is straight up borrowed from the Sarasa, which is another Zebra pen. You can see the clip there. It's really similar. So we have the ballpoint version and the gel version. And I like these Sarasas a whole lot. But as far as my affordable 1.0 plus millimeter pen of choice, Toppy Clip. If you want to be really strict and go with a totally standard 1.0 millimeter ballpoint pen, then the Jetstream is the one for that. Again, this is just if you're restricting yourself to actually 1.0 millimeters. If you want 1.6, you're fine with that larger diameter, then Toppy Clip. Any questions or comments? Thanks for watching.